All right, Shalom. Kohalo Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rekak Radash. Shalom. Salutations and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, who I continue to learn this 100% truth from. Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakatham, the water for your sacrifices and your lessons. Shalom to the elder bishops and the elders, the prophets, the teachers, and evangelists also of Great Millstone, who I continue to learn this 100% truth from. Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakatham. Shalom also to the speckled bird, the confused face, the Akim and Aqua, the Akim on the highways and byways, and last but not least, the elect, back again with another video, praying that you be edified with it. I'm not sure what I want to entitle this yet, but I came across this TikTok video, watched it, and I was like, okay. So I was able to build some scriptures around it. And I'm going to let it play, and I'm going to get and give you some of these scriptures. Let's get it.
Listen to this very carefully. In 1985, a speech allegedly given by South African President P.W. Botha shocked the world. It's one of the most hateful political declarations in modern history. Pretoria has been made by the white mind for the white man. We are not obliged even the least to try to prove to anybody and to the blacks that we are superior people. We have demonstrated that to the blacks in 1,001 ways. The Republic of South Africa that we know of today has not been created by wishful thinking. We have created it at the expense of intelligence, sweat, and blood. Were they Afrikaners who tried to eliminate the Australian Aborigines? Are they Afrikaners who discriminate against blacks and call them nigga asterisk R's in the States? Were they Afrikaners who started the slave trade? Where is the black man appreciated? England discriminates against its black, and their Seuss law is out to discipline the blacks. Canada, France, Russia, and Japan all play their discrimination too. Why in the hell then is so much noise made about us? Why are they biased against us? I am simply trying to prove to you all that there is nothing unusual we are doing that the so-called civilized worlds are not doing. We are simply an honest people who have come out aloud with a clear philosophy of how we want to live our own white life. We do not pretend like other whites that we like blacks. The fact that blacks look like human beings and act like human beings do not necessarily make them sensible human beings. Hedgehogs are not porcupines, and lizards are not crocodiles simply because they look alike. If God wanted us to be equal to the blacks, He would have created us all of a uniform color and intellect. But He created us differently: whites, blacks, yellow, rulers, and the ruled. Intellectually, we are superior to the blacks. That has been proven beyond any reasonable doubt over the years. I believe that the Afrikaner is an honest, God-fearing person who has demonstrated practically the right way of being. Nevertheless, it is comforting to know that behind the scenes, Europe, America, Canada, Australia, and all others are behind us in spite of what they say. For diplomatic relations, we all know what language should be used and where. To prove my point, comrades, does any one of you know a white country without an investment or interest in South Africa? Who buys our gold? Who buys our diamonds? Who trades with us? Who is helping us develop other nuclear weapons? The very truth is that we are their people and they are our people. It's a big secret. The strength of our economy is backed by America, Britain, and Germany. It is our strong conviction, therefore, that the black is the raw material for the white man. So, brothers and sisters, let us join hands together to fight against this black devil. I appeal to all Afrikaners to come out with any creative means of fighting this war. Surely God cannot forsake His own people whom we are. By now, every one of us has seen it practically that the blacks cannot rule themselves. Give them guns and they will kill each other. They are good in nothing else but making noise, dancing, marrying many wives, and indulging in sex. Let us all accept that the black man is the symbol of poverty, mental inferiority, laziness, and emotional incompetence. Isn't it plausible, therefore, that the white man is created to rule the black man? Come to think of what would happen one day if he woke up and on the throne sat a calf asterisk ear. Can you imagine what would happen to our women? Does any one of you believe that the blacks can rule this country? Hence, we have good reasons to let them all the Mandelas rot in prison, and I think we should be commended for having kept them alive in spite of what we have at hand with which to finish them off. I wish to announce a number of new strategies that should be put to use to destroy this black bug. We should now make use of the chemical weapon. Priority number one, we should not by all means allow any more increases of the black population lest we be choked very soon. I have exciting news that our scientists have come with an efficient stuff. I'm sending out more researchers to the field to identify as many venues as possible where the chemical weapons could be employed to combat any further population increases. The hospital is a very strategic opening, for example, and should be fully utilized. The food supply channel should be used. We have developed excellent slow-killing poisons and fertility destroyers. Our only fear is in case such stuff came in to their hands, as they are bound to start using it against us if you care to think of the many blacks working for us in our houses. However, we are doing the best we can to make sure that the stuff remains strictly in our hands. Secondly, most blacks are vulnerable to money inducements. I have set aside a special fund to exploit this venue. The old trick of divide and rule is still very valid today. Our experts should work day and night to set the black man against his fellow man. His inferior sense of morals can be exploited beautifully. And here's a creature that lacks foresight. There is a need for us to combat him in long-term projections that he cannot suspect. The average black does not plan his life beyond a year. That stance, for example, should be exploited. My special department is already working around the clock to come out with a long-term operation blueprint. I am also sending a special request to all Afrikaner mothers to double their birth rate. It may be necessary, too, to set up a population boom industry by putting up centers where we employ and support fully white young men and women to produce children for the nation. We are also investigating the merit of uterus rentals as a possible means of speeding up the growth of our population through surrogate mothers. For the time being, we should also engage a higher gear to make sure that black men are separated from their women and fines imposed upon married wives who bear illegitimate children. I have a committee working on finding better methods of inciting blacks against each other and encouraging murders among themselves. Murder cases among blacks should bear very little punishment in order to encourage them. My scientists have come up with a drug that could be smuggled into their brews to effect slow poisoning results and fertility destruction. Working through drinks and manufacturing of soft drinks geared to the blacks could promote the channels of reducing their population. Ours is not a war that we can use the atomic bomb to destroy the blacks, so we must use our intelligence to effect this. The person-to-person encounter can be very effective. As the records show that the black man is dying to go to bed with the white woman, here is our unique opportunity. Our sex mercenary squad should go out and camouflage with apartheid fighters while doing their operations, quietly administering slow-killing poison and fertility destroyers to those blacks they thus befriend. We are modifying the sex mercenary squad by introducing white men who should go for the militant black woman and any other vulnerable black woman. We have received a new supply of love peddlers from Europe and America who are desperate and too keen to take up the appointments. My latest appeal is that the maternity hospital operations should be intensified. We are not paying those people to help bring black babies to this world, but to eliminate them on the very delivery moment. If this department worked very efficiently, a great deal could be achieved. My government has set aside a special fund for erecting more covert hospitals and clinics to promote this program. Money can do anything for you, so while we have it, we should make the best use of it. In the meantime, my beloved white citizens, do not take to heart what the world says, and don't be ashamed of being called racist. I do not mind being called the architect and king of apartheid. I shall not become a monkey simply because someone has called me a monkey. I will still remain your bright star. Now the speech is over. The words you've just heard are a dark echo from the past, a reminder of what happens when hate is allowed to lead. But today, we choose a different path, the path of unity, of equality, and of shared humanity.
All right, so you heard that. Yeah, man. And here we are. What's that? 20, 40, 41 something years later. And Babylon is on the brink of being destroyed. Esau, you're about to get ready to go into slavery, and everything that you own will be passed back to us, and your women will become our concubines. Mr. P.W. Bartha, who passed away too, passed away at 90. He was the prime minister of South Africa. Yeah, and they dubbed the king of apartheid, I think, from what 19. Hold up. He was the from 1978 to 1989. he was the prime minister of the state of South Africa, you know, and you see how he talked about our people are over there too, like in Johannesburg and the places like that in South Africa, where this freaking devil um, had dominion, man, and he definitely had the plan on what he needed to do. Oh boy, but yeah, he's he may be back now. I don't know, but he's going into slavery, so um, look forward to hopefully in the future he could be my slave. That'd be great because if I recognize him, because I know who he is, who's going down. All right, let's get some scripture. So we're gonna go into Zechariah. This goddamn devil, man. The pride on him, right? The scriptures never lied about this man. Scriptures don't lie about anything. Zechariah 11:5, and it reads, "Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty." That's what this devil was just explaining in his um in his letter. "And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, Yahweh." So this is what they have said, that we are the God's people, and God is on our side. This is what they believe. "For I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not." So this is the mentality that this devil had, especially with us, going into slavery. He could have been a small hat. I don't know. He definitely is an Edomite, but um, this is what they put out and produced for us. They didn't see us no other way. Okay, Deuteronomy 28:68, and it reads, "And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again." That means we will no longer see Israel again, our homeland, after 70 AD, when the Romans ransacked our homeland. We scattered, and the ones that was kept there, they put into slavery. These are the ones that became gladiators and um, people that was put into the arenas for sport to die. Okay, "And there ye shall be sold to your enemies." So the land that we will end up in is Babylon, um, America, Canada. You know what I'm saying? Spain, Western Europe, and we will be sold as what? For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. No one should be able to free you or redeem you other than our Lord and Savior, Yahushua. That's his job. And he's about to he's about to get ready to do that real soon. This is what these devils fear, because they know that the prophecy is coming. They had their time, and now it's over. Lamentations 4:17. And it reads, "As for us, our eyes are yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us." Yeah, we kept coming thinking that this white man's going to save us, this devil, so-called white man, Salaki, because he's not white, thinking that he's going to save us and help us, because that's what he continued to lie about, to make to make the world think that he cares, or make you think that he care about you. Give a fuck about you. "They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heavens. They persuade us upon the mountains, they laid wait for us in the wilderness. They breathe of our nostrils, and anoint of the Yahweh, and the anointed of Yahweh was taken in their pits, of whom we said, Under his shadow we shall live among the heathen." So they plant and they put us in these ghettos, and they watch us. This is what the Sea Hip is about. It's about having complete control and watching what we do, how we do what we do, and everything else. Because they know that their kingdom is coming to an end. And it won't come in peace. It's going to come in violence, because that's how they took their rulership. They took it in blood and violence. And this is what is going to be repaid back to them through the power and grace of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Jeremiah 2:14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? He is spoiled and he's a homegrown slave. It's because he broke the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai. So because of that, we were punished. But our punishment is getting ready to come to an end, brothers and sisters. It's time for us to get ready to get out of here and to rise out of this. Yes, it's been a journey, an uncomfortable, unhealthy journey, but we are to humble ourselves and go back and come back to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That was the whole purpose of this, so we can get out of here, so he can send Yahweh Shai to fulfill the prophecies. Okay, this is Jeremiah 50:6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. Their shepherds are these pastors and these so-called leaders of the so-called black people, the so-called not the so-called, but the Israelites, with us being called under other names, and them appointing leaders over us to keep us in check, have caused them to go astray, so they keep us going off and keep us in sin, right? They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. We've forgotten about Israel. We've forgotten about the Lord's statutes and commandments, and we follow everything that this devil taught us how to do. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against Yahweh. So because they know who we are and what keeps us and what keeps us down and what keeps us in trouble, is the fact that we continue to break the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai. So what they do is, in a nice way that makes us feel good, they find ways, clever ways, in a wicked way, to keep us sinning. The music, the drugs, the fornication, the adultery, the murder, all the things that is abominable to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. They applaud. They tell us to go ahead and do. They give us leeway, even if it means they have to throw some money at us. So look at our so-called leaders, and look at our athletes, and look at our singers and entertainers. These people have all sold their soul. What is it to gain the world and lose your soul? Okay, roughly paraphrasing. I think in Matthew. All that found them have devoured them, and they adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against Yahweh, the habitation of justice, even Yahweh, the hope of their fathers. So we continue to go off as they continue to prosper off of our wickedness. But Yahweh Shem Shai is about to stop that. So this is why they don't want you calling yourself Hebrew Israelites. They want you to call yourself Egyptian or Muslim or 5% or whatever it is that you think you are, except for the special people of Yahweh Shem Shai. Read Deuteronomy 7:6. 7:6, right? Isaiah 10:1. Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. So this is what they do. Their pen is mightier than the sword, because that pen is part of their sword, and they use it to find out what we do and write laws against it, so that they can don't tell us about it, that they can use it against us. This is how this devil gets down, man. Fucking devil. Excuse me. Verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. This is what they have done. They have destroyed our communities, and they have attacked us strategically. And what will ye do in the day of visitation and in the desolation, which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory? You Edomites will not continue. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is about to take this away from you. All of your pride. It's going to take away your money. You see Edomites now crying about they can't make it. They're constantly crying. They get on these platforms and they whining about they can't make it. What they going to do? Ezekiel. I love it. I love to see it, man. Anytime I get a chance, especially watching Hope Elect 3 and maybe the struggles continue episodes. Oh boy, that's a must watch for me. Yeah, I love it. Ezekiel 34:2. Son of man, prophesied against them. Salakia, prophesied against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesied and say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh thy power unto the shepherds. Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks? Yea, eat the fat, and ye clothe you with the wool. Ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock. The diseased have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick, neither have ye bound up that which was broken, neither have ye bound again that which was driven away, neither have ye sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have ye ruled them. That's right. And you're going to pay for that. And they which scattered because there is no shepherd, and they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered. My sheep wandered through all the mountains and upon every hill, every high hill. Yea, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. Therefore, ye shepherds, hear the word of Yahweh. As I live, saith Yahweh thy power, surely because my flock became a prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves and fed not my flock. Therefore, O ye shepherds, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh thy power, behold, I am against the shepherds, and I will require my flock at their hand, and cause them to cease from feeding the flock. Neither shall the shepherds feed themselves any more, for I will deliver my flock from their mouth, and they may not be meat for them. So Yahweh Shai is going to take the power away from all of you bums, you Negroes, Native American Indians, and you Latinos who have taken advantage of your people, and you have fed and got fat over their ignorance. Yahweh Shai is going to see you for that. Let's go to Micah. That's what those scriptures was reading. You're going to pay for what you did. It was directed straight at you. Wicked black Negro, man. You're going to pay for what you did. Yahweh Shai sees all. And you don't fear the Lord, so you're going to have to pay for it. Micah 3:1. And I said, Hear, I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel, is it not for you to know judgment? Who hate the good and love the evil? Who plucketh off their skin from off them, and their flesh from off their bones? Who also eat the flesh of my people, and flay their skin from off them, and they break their bones.
What is up, my fellow addicts? It's Ralph Sutton-Berg. Welcome to the SDR show. We got a banger today. This guy is quintessential new.
Salakia, man, this devil got all kinds of freaking games he play, all kind of tricks, man. Gets on my nerves, man. When they know what you're doing, they trying to stagnate you, Back to Micah 3, and I think I was maybe at 2. No, I was at 3. Who also eat the flesh of my people, and flay their skin from off them, and they break their bones and chop them in pieces as for the pot, and as flesh within the cauldron. Verse 11, you jump down, and it reads, the heads of The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon the Yahweh and say, is not Yahweh among us? None evil can come upon us. That's right. I just did a lesson on having belief, faith, and belief and faith, man, and strengthening that and trust and strengthening that. That's the only way you're gonna get up out of here. And knowing the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and praying on those names with the tools that he gave you. Okay? That's the only way you're gonna get out of here, man. Keep listening to these Negro devils if you want to. They don't know nothing. Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. And this is what this devil P.W. Botha was. He pretty much telling you in his pride. He was speaking for all Edomites. This is how we truly feel about you, regardless of the fact. And he was real proud because he's running a state or a country that's predominantly so-called black people. All right? Last scripture I got right here. This is Luke. Luke 19, and I start at 41. And it reads, it's Yahweh is about to speak. And when he was come near, he beheld the city and wept over it, saying, if thou hadst known, even thou, at least in this day, in this thy day, the things which belong unto thy peace, but now they are hid from thine eyes. For the days shall come upon thee that thine enemies shall cast a trench about thee. He's prophesying about 70 AD. And compass thee round, and keep thee in one every side. And this is like 30-something years later after Yahushua passed. After Yahweh Naim passed, after he left in the chariot and returned back to Yahweh Yahushua. And shall lay thee even with the ground, and the children within thee, and they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another, because thou knewest not the time of thy visitation. So you have to understand that these things that has happened to us, they're not going to happen again. But these were some notorious monstrosity things that have happened to us that we have to continue to bring out and teach you, that you can remember and understand. And that's why I brought that letter, that speech that devil spoke about in 1985, because most of that people went over some people's head, or they forgot. Jake, we easy to forget about the things, and we quick to want to be friends and buddy up with these devils, and they hate you. They all they want to do is see your demise because they know who you are. They hate you that much. Read Ezekiel 35 and I think 5, okay? All right, so with that, man, I have a desire you edified with the lesson. I'm going to say, call Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Radash, Shalom. Salutations and double honors to the elder apostles on down the great millstone. The water for your sacrifices and your lessons. And Shalom to the elect. Shalom.